Welcome to Gotham City tonight. I am Doell Alex. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. It's my little buddy here.
Oh, which one? That's not even the Todd Gold one. That's the
Yeah,
classic
this is
Kenner Gold one.
the
Hang on.
OG gold.
The one that
Yeah.
started it all.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for
is this
that
like
particular
Chesterfield?
gold figure, dude. Okay, so is that one of your pickups, or is this that one you just always have laying around?
Yeah, I just got to have him handy.
So one of the patrons from YHS, Jason Grosecki, he sent me this bad boy.
Yeah, I saw your some of your pickups from yesterday.
Oh,
and I had no clue
many.
about the World of Batman. I guess I was kind of like checked out of the Kenner Batman stuff by that, or Hasbro probably that. Yeah, like crazy. Who knew?
I'm
like that Robin and Joker on the back. Like those are insane. Like look at those colors.
Man, I want the plasma glow Jokers so bad. Somebody left a comment saying, eBay's pretty full of them. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely checking on the weekend.
Well, I Googled it after I saw it because I was like, I gotta find out what this is all about. He doesn't quite look like that. Like, or at least the images I saw, like that looks like he has like a glow in the dark head, like glowing hair.
Yeah.
And the versions I saw did not. He just has like a regular. He has the crazy pants, but the head is like pretty ho hum.
Yeah, it's poor Joker's just like, oh, I shouldn't have wore these pants in the black light for glow bowling. This is so embarrassing.
The Robin's pretty crazy too, because like on the back of the card, it almost looks like he has like a there. It's like where his belt is like looks flesh colored kind of. But it's not. But the figure does have like flesh plastic mixed in with the red plastic, so it's almost like parts of his uniform of like are like threadbare, and you can like see through it.
Maybe he's just wearing like, hey Alfred, you forgot to paint some of this armor. It's kind of see-through.
It's a very strange decision.
The green one I got with my Ninja Force Batmobile, the fluorescent green one.
Yeah.
And it came with that Batman. It's got this it's got a metal vacked gold cowl head. It's insane. But again, this Bruce Wayne is like perfect. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool.
So I'm gonna open this. I have to open this. This has to go with my figures.
I saw when you opened that the green Batman there, that like somebody should make like blind box Batman variants like that. Like they just come in a bag. You don't know what you're gonna get. Like it could be like a whole segment of just like what crazy ass Batman are you about to unwrap?
Right? Are you gonna get like a Batman on a snowboard? You don't know.
Yeah. I
think
it
would be awesome.
Be
all right, before we get into more of our pickups, let's say a quick hello and howdy do to the chat. All right, we've got Dorlaxian is here. Stanley Eberhard is here. Cougar McGillicuddy, my favorite boy, Matt Bush. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm going to show off some of your goods here again in a second. Charlie Squared is here. Shiny plastic people, right? Man, dude, I was watching. I had some of that going on in the background. Swerve versus Hangman, dude. Swerve can do no wrong right now. All right, we're talking AEW for those who don't know. Lucha Johnny is here. I Brandon 3G. Kayla Silva is here. Yes, please smack that like. Kevin from Toying Around is here. He just picked up his McFarlane Batman and Robin set, the 4 figures.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, dude. He sent me a photo of like the effects, the ice effects and stuff. They look great. So hopefully he shows that off on tomorrow's Unboxing Thursdays on the Toying Around channel. So be sure to check that out. And also, if you're shopping and you're Canadian, use the collectibles, use code Toying Around, get an additional 5% off. Even if you're American, you'll get 5% off, but you'll probably have to pay for your shipping. All right, Zach, thank you for being here, hanging out. Be sure to go check out his Instagram as well. Manic Mike. Hang on. Jevons24, Bacon McShig, Payne's Toy Samples, Chad Stewart. Again, thank you, Chad Stewart, for so many of these awesome toys from yesterday and stuff as well. Thank you. Right. Nolan's here. Yesterday's podcast. Go check them out. That's hosted by Derek Hoover. Let's keep going. Let's keep scrolling. S. Myers is here. Oh, and there he is, the boy himself, Derek Hoover. Gotham Stalker and Jacobson is here as well. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for hanging out. We are going to, again, we're going to get into some of Alex's pickups here in just one hot second. But you know what? We need to also let you know we're going to be talking a lot about Supergirl. We got a new casting with Milly Alcock as Supergirl. Alex knows nothing about Supergirl. I know enough about Supergirl to get by. I can scrape by this. It'll be fine. but yeah, it'll be fun. But Alex, I'm gonna let you go ahead, take the stand like it's court case, and show us what you got.
I got some pickups. I got some stuff today, and I'll start it off with something relevant to the channel, and that is this Toonie Comics Joker from NECA. Like it's an offshoot of their Toonie Terrors line.
Yes,
it's Toonie Comics, and the first ones are Joker and Superman. I also have Superman pre-ordered, but he didn't come in time. But I just love the look of this guy. It's so like I'm gonna open him. The package is cool too. Comes with this like card this like background that you can cut out.
Yep.
Which is very cool. But what I love about these is that they remind me of like Mad Magazine. Like it has kind of a like Will Elder, Jack Davis sort of Mort Drucker vibe to it.
Absolutely.
It's just, so I hope they do like way more DC stuff. I assume they will. But yeah,
I like the acid squirt effects that it has as well.
Yeah, he comes with his hat, the acid, a Joker card, so like just enough like accessories to be like fun.
That's super cool.
And I also got from NECA. I can tell that this might be one of the best action figures I've ever owned, which is the Earl Sinclair from Dinosaurs.
That's cool.
He looks absolutely beautiful. And Ryan, do you know Dinosaurs? Do you have fondness for Dinosaurs?
Dude, absolutely. I think what did it come out? It must have been grade 6, grade 7. Grade 7, I think, when that came out. But even still, it was like Henson is in my DNA. And I didn't matter what age I was, your awkwardness of being a young teenager, whatever, did not care. I was in grade 7. I rocked a Dinosaurs shirt.
Yeah.
I did not care.
That's all. No, it's one of the best shows on television. Now has the best action figures.
One of the darkest series finales in history.
Perfect. Like just a perfect ending. Like few television, and too bad that it was canceled, right? Like they could have kept going. They should have kept going, but it's also like kind of great because they gave us the best ending to a show, that the show could have. So if you haven't checked out Dinosaurs, it's on Disney Plus, and it is great. And I also want to give a shout out to the sculptor of this figure, Eric Barnett. His Instagram handle is like I am me, who are you? So maybe that's enough to go with his name, and that maybe you can find the Instagram. But his work is just amazing. He does like incredible like animated style stuff. Like he does like the Murakami Wolf Turtles stuff.
Oh,
Like he
yes.
does that.
Oh,
Like he does like Bebop and Rocksteady's Gang, and I think he sculpted those for NECA as well, and they just look so spot on. But then this is like
next level.
Yeah, I mean this is like they shrunk the costume from the show. It's so photoreal. It's astounding.
Did you find Baby Sinclair?
I haven't gotten that one yet. Earl is definitely like my guy. Like less attachment to. I mean, the baby's great too. So yeah, maybe I'll have to go in on that as well.
If they make the grandmother, that's a must buy, and I would love to. Yes, and I would love to get Earl Sinclair's boss, the Triceratops.
Oh yeah, BP Richmond.
Yeah,
I'll take Roy Hess as well. Just, I mean, it's a slippery slope, obviously, but
it is. That's why I was like, I'm gonna get those, and I was like, no, I'm not. I get one. You would need the family.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I haven't gotten the baby, because it's like, Earl, I can be good with that, like as the dinosaur representation, but I don't know.
God,
it's dangerous.
That was such a great. I know this is probably going to come off as a hot take for some people, but I love that era of television because we were getting like TNG, Star Trek, Next Generation.
Yeah.
Right. Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman.
Mm-hmm. The RoboCop TV show,
dude, filmed in Toronto, filmed up here in Canada. I have I have the Captain Cash action figure from RoboCop.
Nice.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Oh, cool. All right, did you score anything else?
I got some more stuff. I got from Thundercats. I got Snarf.
That's awesome.
That's
a sweet figure.
I sculpted this guy, so I had to pick it up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, I dig how he turned out. He looks pretty cool. I did not sculpt this head. I don't know who did this, but I did these two.
So you don't need that other head, folks. You can throw that one.
Yeah, away. But I do. It is good. It's a good head. I wonder who did it. I wonder if they took what I had and just kind of adjusted it. And then bringing it back to Gotham, my last pickup is this Moth-X Poison Ivy, apropos of what we were talking about last week with the Moth-X stuff.
How much Moth-X do you have?
Well, now it's getting to be a fair bit. So I've got the Dark Knight Returns, Batman and Carrie Kelly and the Joker, and then I've got the Hush Batman, Harley Quinn, Nightwing, and now Poison Ivy. But I think, and I've got the Nightfall Batman and Bane on pre-order. But then I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Stopping now. But yeah, she's pretty cool. She's they're definitely like I think seeing the images kind of sets you up, sets your expectations, and because they are like small figures, like this is compared to like
they are slightly
Marvel Legends. How do I do this? So just trying to show you like the head. So like you do get like, I mean, I guess it's like that looks pretty much the same on camera, but like but in person it's like you're not really getting the details that you're sort of used to with 6-inch figures. But she's super cool. Like she comes with like all these little like Ivy things, you attach them. She comes with a briefcase of money, which like every Batman villain like ought to come with. Like, so they
should. Yes.
She comes with like a ton of fun of cool stuff. So she's got the like open briefcase of money, which super cool. I just
assumed that one opened.
Yeah, no, I mean, they do, everything is like designed to like be like to look good, I guess. So like they're not afraid of like throwing alternate parts. Like this is a little like stack of bills that she can hold, and she has a hand specifically sculpted for holding that stack of money.
Nice.
The hands are really cool. She's got like this hand is for like holding the briefcase, so she has this kind of like dainty like
The
way of
pinkies
folding
out?
it.
Yeah.
And then she comes with two heads that are like nearly identical, but this one's kind of like angry, and then this one's more like coy, smiling. But
Right.
yeah, it's cool. It's a cool figure for sure.
That's super cool. I think, but you're right. They should all come with bags or suitcases of money.
Yeah.
Like Two-Face should have a duffel bag full of
Yeah.
money.
Just
And
every
like,
type that you can have.
yeah, the money bags with Harley Quinn, so they look a little extra cartoony.
And Joker would just have like a pile of money on fire.
Yeah. But they have a different face on the bills, like in Joker's Millions.
Yeah, it's all who's that mob boss that
Yeah. That was one of my favorite twists in any of the Batman animated episodes, because when I watched it for the first time, I did not see that coming, and I was
great.
like, "Oh, this is so good!"
And that's from like a classic. That's from a classic comic.
It is right, and I didn't know that till later because I was a teenager and dumb, so I didn't know. I had to learn way later. Is that all the goods? Because that's a lot of those were good goods.
I mean, I could go out and get more. Like, you know, it's
Oh, dude. Well, we'll get there. I am certain of it. I just want to show off a couple of the few things that I got because I still don't know who got me this. Someone sent me this, and it was Tune Into Gotham City Tonight. It's the Wendy's minifigures that came out last year.
Cool.
Yeah, they didn't show up in Canada, so I'm really happy for and grateful for whoever sent this.
Did they come like carded like that?
They came carded like this.
That's cool.
Then you open it up in the inside, which I haven't done yet, but I was like peeking in there. Then it shows you all like it's a big checklist, a big giant checklist inside of all the other characters you can get. And I was like, they had everybody. So it was like super cool. I just thought it was super cool. But yeah, because we did talk a little bit about Red Azrael. This was the Warner Brothers exclusive. This one was from Chad Stewart, who's here hanging out.
It almost looks like a bootleg with that like, I mean, the the card back is really cool. That artwork.
The card back, like even the card front, because of the colors, it looks like a bootleg.
Yeah.
But like the back, and again, it's just all re-releases that are repaints in the back.
Is that like a Robin Hood? Oh, that Robin Hood Batman.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I had that one. It's a different one. So I have like Power Guardian Batman, which is like him as one of the Three Musketeers, but it's Longbow Batman, which actually to me seems like a bigger ripoff of Green Arrow.
Oh yeah,
from the Grell era, right? Like it's
that's
just
how little my mind goes to DC.
Yeah. Right. And then I got like a bunch of like the Batman figures from Matt Bush.
Those are cool.
And I'm still like, do I open these? Like I'm tempted to like take the one shelf that I have, and like I have some of the Mattel stuff from the New 52 era on there, and I was like, maybe I'll pack those ones up and then put these ones out because they're nice and bright and they're colorful.
I think when you get enough of those to make a suit, you open them all up and you weave together like a chain mail of just the loudest, most neon crazy color Batmans, and you have a suit.
The most obnoxious suit. Hang on a second.
Cons.
Wait, what is that packaging? Are we talking about this one here? Hang on, I'll make myself big for one hot minute. Whoop. This one right here. It's wild, right? Like,
yeah,
the art's so cool. It's so cool, right? Oh, they did not come carded. Like, wait, oh, he's talking about the Wendy's thing. They came in a box with 3 of them. Whoa!
So that must be like a special edition.
Yeah,
green Batman.
Yeah, I guess. Now I'm even more confused. I am so confused. Jack Knight 73. Thank you for being here. I saw Jeff Morris popping in here as well, and there was Raging Dino. we'll get you. Oh, it must have been way up there. Oh, there he is. And Raging Dino's here too. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys being here, hanging out. And then one more thing. Well, this one's from Matt Bush as well, which is super cool.
Sick. Oh my
welcome to
god.
Gotham
McDonald's.
Pin. Right?
As
Dude,
almost as
so
big as the bat
cool.
signal.
Oh, and,
Just
and almost as bright. I think that's what makes it like super funny. Is just like, just so you're clear, this is McDonald's. Like, do not forget. Okay.
I like to think there's like a McDonald's man who's like also like answering the call. They're like, we're on a catch up.
I always remember the one commercial because it's like Catwoman falling through all the canopies and then her landing and then going to McDonald's. And I'm like, she ain't eating nothing in that costume.
I love like the way they used to go all out for fast food commercials when there was a superhero movie tie-in.
Right?
It was in some ways like it was as good as the movie. Like those like OnStar Batman commercials where it's like that's a pretty cool looking like penguin and Joker in those.
The OnStar commercials are so good.
Yeah.
They are so good.
It's like its own cinematic universe.
And this here, I got this from Skylar Davis. I want us to do a watch along of this on the show.
Hell yeah.
The making of X-Men Legends. We got to do it. We just got to do it. We'll get.
I'm unfamiliar with the game. I didn't play those. I mean, I kind of know the game, but I didn't. My X-Men video gaming stopped at the like fighting game. Did you ever play that?
Yeah.
Like so good.
Dude, Children of the I have the art of books for Capcom Marvel games.
Wait, hang on. I think we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about they obviously the Capcom Marvel games.
There's the EA game. Is that the one?
Yeah, it was like 3D, like polygons and stuff.
Yeah, that was made by EA, and that was for PlayStation 2.
It was super fun. Juggernaut was like an OP character. You could just stomp your opponent. But circling back to your Capcom art of books, that's awesome. I gotta see some pics, something. We gotta do a show.
We'll do it
over it.
We'll crack. Okay, yeah.
Because I love that art style. I love all the like Akimon, Vengus, X-Men designs.
I bought both Art of Street Fighter 4 books because there's 2 of them. Then I bought like the Art of Street Fighter 2 or just Street Fighter, I think. So it has like 2, 3, and Alpha in there. Bought the Art of Capcom Marvel, and then I bought like the Art of Mega Man books. Dude, they're so good. They're so good. Yeah, we'll do a cartoonist kayfabe gimmick infringement, and we'll do our own commentary over those books. But yeah, I definitely want to do this at some point because I was like, I haven't even checked to see if it's on YouTube, but I'm still curious like what it would be, because it's like, here's the making of a video game. Like it can't be no more interesting than the making of VFX, where we're just sitting at a desk all day clicking buttons.
It'll also be just like a kind of a cool throwback to see, because I mean that's like what, PlayStation 2 era?
Yeah, this is PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember that the Wolverine game with Mark Hamill doing the voice of Wolverine? That was pretty fun.
Is that one. Am I thinking of like that's the one for like 360 and PlayStation 3? Like I have the Wolverine game based on the movie, which is better than the movie.
It might be PlayStation 2, maybe. He's in his like new X-Men costume, like the leather jacket. Like,
oh
yeah.
I don't think I've ever played that.
It's fun, and Mark Hamill does Wolverine's voice, and he's great.
God, Mark Hamill's a treasure. God bless him. No, that's so good. Those are like some of the highlights of these pickups. They're so the rest are like I can't reach. I moved things around yesterday. It was like chaos going through all these pickups. Right, the Zach here. Those Art of Capcom books are fabulous. Big influences on me. They're great. They're
I
great
do
for
have
reference.
Darkstalkers one. That's a really great one too.
Yeah, I have the tribute book where it's like a bunch of artists have just done
Oh,
the pictures of them, but man, still so good. Still like they're so good. All right, let's jet on over to our main topic tonight. We got some Supergirl action coming our way. They're already casting Supergirl, so I mean that can't be too far behind. If anyone's been following James Gunn on any of his social medias, he's been posting pictures with some of the actors and actresses as they go in for their costume tests. And he's been posting pictures of boxes of storyboards ready to line up and post on the wall. So clearly things are moving and getting ready to start filming at any point now, which is pretty exciting. Have you been checking out any of that stuff?
a little bit, yeah. What's interesting to me is that, seeing the people, some of the characters that are being cast and like Supergirl's involvement in the movie, it's like clearly this is like kind of a DC universe that's a ways in, right? It's like it's not going to be like the beginning of Superman, I assume. It's or like an origin kind of thing. It's if I had to guess, it seems like it's going to be like we're already into it.
Yeah, and I think like because they're bringing in Superman. There's going to be all these like other the superheroes that exist. I'm really curious if some of this stuff is still a go. Like, because here's the other thing. A year ago today is when James Gunn actually did his big announcement of like, here's the pipeline of what we're aiming to do, and we only really hear about the live action stuff. But I'm curious to see how far along like the animation and stuff is too, because
I heard that Creature Commandos is supposed to come out before anything else.
Right. So I'm super curious how close that has to be. But we do have a Supergirl. Her name is Milly Alcock. I don't know if I'm gonna screen share her IMDb page. Ooh la la. All right, Australian actress. Born April 2000. She'd never trust anyone born after the Phantom Menace, everybody. I will say this, and I'm pretty sure this goes for a majority of the chat. If she wasn't born before the Phantom Menace, she is too young for you. Make that clear.
I love using the Phantom Menace as the marker of time.
Yeah, I keep moving it. Before it was Jedi. Now I'm moving the marker as I get older.
No, it's good.
Yeah. kind of have to. But yeah, she was in House of Dragon. That was probably her last big thing. I think that series got canceled after the first season, I think.
Right? I also don't know Game of Thrones, so I don't know Supergirl. I don't know Game of Thrones. I'm completely useless in this.
Conversation. I couldn't get into House of Dragon. I remember watching the first like few episodes. I waited for a few episodes to come out, then watch it. Then I was like, oh, did they cast the one that makes out with her uncle? Because that's a thing in Game of Thrones. You got to hook up with your family members. Yeah. I
started watching it, and I watched the last season. That's all I know of Game of Thrones. See, the very beginning, he knows. The end.
Johnny Plastic, it's not canceled. It's not canceled. I should stop canceling everything. Not everything needs to be canceled. Jeff Morris, I have T-shirts older than she is, dude. So do I.
Yeah,
so
Jar Jar Binks T-shirts.
Yeah. If you have a vintage episode 1 shirt, it's older than she is. Just a heads up. That's so funny. Matt Bush, they time jump so her character is played by an older actress. Oh, good to know. Good to know. I did not. Spoiler alert as well. There's time jumping in House of Dragon. Right? It's very, very. It's funny. Game of Thrones is good. it's one of those franchises that is like super epic. And man, there was no hotter show at the time. And it just went out like a wet fart when that series ended. Like it was like everything felt off. Nobody felt like it was like what like getting that and Rise of Skywalker around the same time. I think just
Oh,
put a sour taste in everybody's mouth. Like you're
well,
invested in these characters for years, and it's just like, brah.
and they canceled the like Star Wars project that those guys were doing.
They did, but that could have been because of anything though. That
Yeah, but it may have also been because of
it
some
all
franchise missteps.
that's true, right? Like I mean, what was it? Like in that first year, that first run of like the big Star Wars announcements, because they were like, oh, we got so and so for Rogue One, and then we're gonna do episode 2, and then we're gonna do the Josh Trank movie. And that never happened either because Fantastic Four, he had like a breakdown.
Yeah, wasn't it? He was gonna do like a Boba Fett movie, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Like
would have
they
been
were,
that probably in a world with no Mandalorian. Can you imagine?
I can't actually now because it's like that show's become such also its own hit in its own right. Even though I find it weird, like someone, I think here's okay. I'm going slightly off topic here. It's fine. That's what I always do. I go a little off the rails. I honestly think people would have been more into season 3 of Mando if Andor didn't come out first. Because I think Andor set this like tone for older fans.
Mm-hmm. And they
And
couldn't
then,
go back to
and then to go back, and it was like,
Baby
because even for
Yoda.
me, it was jarring too, because I was like, oh my God, this is a show for babies. And then of course, like once I just recalibrated my expectations, I was like, I was on board and on for the ride. But I think some people were not able to recalibrate their expectations. And I think the whole time they were just like, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just love Star Wars. Maybe I just love
Yeah, I mean, I think, I want a show that's like basically like Fraggle Rock of these little like alien Muppets living on like Dagobah. And they're like maybe there's like a little it's like Cheers. So there's like a tavern that they're all hanging out at. And it's also Jim Henson's The Storyteller, where it's like that's the framing story, and then they're like they tell stories within the Star Wars universe, and like each episode is just a standalone like
The Storyteller meets
crazy.
Almost Gotham, meets Cheers, meets Fraggle
Canterbury
Rock.
Tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think okay, hang up. Because I think Dark Horse at one point in time did Tales from the Cantina.
Yeah,
and it was very similar to that. And I think it should be that. And I think it would be kind of fun to, especially if they did it like between episode 3 and episode 4. So you could have like a Greedo story.
Yeah. Just any of it, like all of it. It's all on the table.
I think it would be fun to have Greedo tell a story for the first half of the episode that makes him look like this totally deadly cool badass. And then halfway through, someone goes, that's not what happened. And they tell the actual story. And
yeah.
It's just him tripping.
It's like
over
Rashomon.
Like, oh man, Lucasfilm.
Come on.
Tag me in.
These are the ideas.
Yeah, hot tag me in. We got this. We got this, right? Derek Hoover. Ooh, how about Muppet Cheers?
Come on.
Who
writes itself?
So would Tony Danza, Ted Danson, Sam. Would Sam be the human character then?
I mean, I think maybe like a CGB Arthur.
CGB. Yeah.
We've seen them go there, right?
We've seen them go there. I'm just trying to think of like who because the straight man has to be the human if you're doing
I'm thinking Carson Teva. Why not?
Why not?
Maybe this is what he does. Maybe it's like set in the some point where he's like retired and opened a bar.
Yeah.
on Dagobah.
Right? Woody.
Yeah, why
Oh
not?
no. Plop
He's
Woody
in
in
Star
his yeah.
Wars.
Why? Oh God, wouldn't that be awesome if he just
Yeah.
if he just played Woody like if Woody Harrelson played Woody, but he's in his oh God, what's his name? I loved his character in Solo.
Dad
Someone in the chat will
Solo,
know. So
Papa
yes,
Solo.
Papa Solo, Papa's Solo, a solo story. Bennett, right? Am I thinking? God, hang on.
Yes.
Beckett. Right? I had to quickly Google it. I was like, oh, it's gonna bug me. All right, this is good too. Who's the boss? The Deadheads. That's really good.
Hell yeah.
Well, I who's the boss? That I love that. I love that. That's great. Super fun. All right. Going back to Milly.
Yeah, what's this?
Before I go like
Supergirl's.
before I go completely off the rails. Okay, I assume she's gonna end up. I want to talk about let's just do some predictions on the costume. I assume she's gonna have just that classic red skirt, blue. They're not gonna do what they did in the Flash, even though that Supergirl was awesome. She was like one of the coolest parts of that movie to me. Anyways.
Oh, in the
in Flashpoint.
I went CW Flash first, but yeah, no, I loved that Supergirl in the Flash. I thought she was cool.
Yeah, I thought she was awesome too. And yeah, and also CW, Melissa Benoist. I feel like her costume will be closer to that one.
Yeah. Or
right.
White t-shirt, white gloves. That was like, I mean, like we all I just sort of went with it because it's Superman the animated series. It's like, but that was a bold move. That was definitely a choice.
Yeah, it was. Well, there was that whole era. Like it was Superboy was wearing his just jeans and a black shirt.
Yeah.
Supergirl had the white crop top going and mini skirt and go-go boots.
I mean, that's that's what's I guess part of the charm of the Bruce Timm animated series is that they feel very iconic, but they were kind of wild reinventions of the characters' costumes and looks. I mean, Superman obviously was pretty classic, but even then he had kind of the black trunks that were just it was a shiny dark red trunk. It's cool.
It is cool. Hang on, I'm gonna share my Google search page. Make sure that's okay. I do that before I make sure nothing else shows up when I type in Supergirl. I do have safe search off. Yeah. Whoop. I don't know what I just did there. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, they really leaned into the teenager element of the character.
And I remember too, this is the costume that debuted in Superman the animated series, and then Jimmy Olsen got all flustered, and it was great. And then yes, by the time she got to Justice League Unlimited later on, she went from the crop top to a different crop top.
Yeah.
Either way, she was all about the midriff.
But the white gloves are interesting. That's a bold move.
The white gloves are an interesting choice. What are
It is it's an iconic look.
It is. I actually agree with that. It's for a lot of people, this is their first Supergirl. Right? It was a big thing. And I wonder too, I am honestly surprised when I checked to see what other people were doing for thumbnails just to get ideas for tonight's episode, which I just ended up doing Gen X, Supergirl, and the actress. I was like, okay. And I was everyone's pictures were all these AI generated garbage. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised none of these people have typed in the actress's name and then Power Girl. I remember that be like her appearing too, right? So
Yeah, or she's called Galatea in the
Galatea, yeah.
Justice League Unlimited. See, I know some things.
See, you're you're holding out on me. You knew the whole time.
I know animated series, like,
y-
and that, I mean, that's the thing.
right.
Like, I know enough about Supergirl to know how incredibly complicated her comic book history is. Like, they really, threw everything at the wall to figure out how to do Supergirl.
It was because she started off as the straight up just cousin
Hmm.
of Kal-El, but she was older than Kal technically when they left the planet. But her
Right.
thing kind of, I don't know if it broke or if hers actually worked and kept her in stasis. So it's one or the other. And then or she was just out in space longer,
Yeah.
which kept her in stasis. I think that's what it was. And then as it happened too, then I think they killed her off in Crisis.
Right.
The first the Crisis of Infinite Earths. So then she was gone from that. Then they kind of kept Power Girl for the main line. And then they brought Supergirl back, but she was like a shapeshifter created by Lex
Matrix.
Luthor. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right? And then they did that. And then I had to bring this out. Then they brought in this Supergirl, which is like super confusing.
Supergirl goes grunge.
Oh, dude, this book is a Gen Xer's wet dream. This book, it's so Gen X, it hurts. You feel the angst.
That's like mid 90s, right?
Yeah,
that's,
man.
yeah, right around the animated series too, right?
Right. So this would have been 96, 95, 96. And the what's so fun, like, again, when you're reading it, like, oh, I can hear Pearl Jam right now. And then you're flipping the page and you're like, oh, Counting Crows is on. And then you're like, Blind Melon, No Rain starts playing. And you're just like, as each thing goes, but it gets confusing because she's kind of like a shapeshifter too, where she's like, her name's Linda, and then she's like a brunette, and then she just kind of transforms into Supergirl.
Yeah, she's like combined with the previous iteration of Supergirl.
Right. Who is Linda Danvers? I mean, no one knows and no one remembers.
It's too confusing.
It is too confusing. But
just
even
pick
like
one Supergirl
even look at the art for one of the issues. It looks like that. It looks like the animated series.
Oh yeah.
Like it's wild. It's not a bad book. I'm gonna say this right now. It's not bad, but just get ready. Just get yourself mentally ready. This is written by Peter David, and he goes weird with this book. And it's not like I said, if you can handle the weird and the you're not attached to what Supergirl was the last previous 2 to 3 incarnations, you'll be okay. You'll make it through. But yeah, the grunge cover always got me. I was always like, this is my favorite Supergirl. And then it really aged me when I say that. Just because, like I said, it's so Gen X. It's so Nirvana.
I feel like that is an interesting aspect of the character, is how many different takes there. Like, there is no one Supergirl. There's no set interpretation of Supergirl. So you can kind of take it in a lot of different directions. Like, you can go Melissa Benoist, sort of more Silver Agey, heroic, saving cats from trees kind of stuff. Or you can go like the Flash, where she's more alien and somebody who's like ice, who's lost everyone she's ever loved or cared about, like is like old enough, where Superman's like a baby, so he doesn't really know what he lost.
He didn't know what he lost. Yeah,
but she's a teenager, right? So she has that that hurt and that pain,
and then that
feeling
power
of alienation too on Earth. So like that's like quite a spectrum to play around in. And looking at this actress, it's funny because they were considering like 2 different actresses, and just based on like their looks, it's like those are like the 2 different polar opposite ends of what you can do with Supergirl, right? I feel like
Right.
she's definitely more the like feels like angsty, serious, alien. Like there's I get that like that vibe from the character, which I think is cool. Like
Yeah, it's I do like that one about her too. And I think after this Supergirl, the next Supergirl after this was the Jeff Loeb, Mike Turner Supergirl. Again, they went with that the Justice League Unlimited suit, the crop top, right? Or what? At one point there was a Supergirl in the comics. It might have actually even been this one that ended up wearing the white shirt and skirt from the animated series. And then
yeah,
when
sounds
Mike Turner
familiar.
brought her in, the late Michael Turner, and Jeff Lowe brought her in, she had again that blue suit crop top look. And what I loved about that comic is that of course she crashes. Superman and Batman go to see what ship crashed. She comes out of there wearing all Kryptonian, and she can only speak Kryptonian. So she's like wrapped in this cape cloth because she's been in this incubator thing. Her powers are starting to show up. She can't speak any Earth language, and she's like freaking out. And I thought, okay, that's a cool take.
Yeah,
because that's what would happen.
yeah.
As opposed to the Silver Age, she shows up. Oh, hey, Cal, it's me, your cousin, Kara. It was like completely different. And then she picked up the language pretty quick. And then they sent her off to Themyscira to get trained by the Amazons.
Oh wow, that makes sense.
Right?
Seems like a good move.
That seems like a pretty smart move. Yeah, I thought so too.
As
I was
opposed
like,
to like Superman just trying to recreate his upbringing.
yeah, like, hey, mom, pa, I'm dropping a kid off.
Yeah.
Work your magic.
Yeah. I turned out all right. I'm
Yeah.
Superman, for Christ's sake.
Right. This is a fair point, shiny plastic people. Michael Turner's women were 90% abdomen. You not wrong, right? I'm still Davey Sockrocker's here. Thank you for being here, Davey. Yeah, I'm so annoyed they fired Sasha Cal. Yep, we all are. Trust me, we all are.
But it's that was the Flash Supergirl.
Yep.
But it's like they're rebooting everything, right? So kind of like everyone
got scrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody survived. No one's marked safe. Unfortunately. That's what really, really sucks. That was Jack Knight 73. That was the first most recent Superman Batman. I want to say this was 2003,
yeah,
4, 5. Right. It was a long time. We're talking close to. That was.
This is
20 years ago.
It's older than the actress they just cast to play Supergirl.
Yeah. Right.
It's just after Jar Jar Binks.
Right, and then you gotta keep. I'm gonna skip parts for history because parts get blocky for me where I just kind of like can't quite remember. And then there's, I think after that Supergirl, the one that got trained on Themyscira, and then the Fatal Furies recruited her as well, which I also think is a pretty bad. If you're gonna have Supergirl ever go bad, have her become a Fatal Fury. That's something I hope they bring into her movie at some point. If they do Supergirl 2, I want it to be her versus the Fatal Furies. That would be
just
amazing.
Set it all on Apocalypse.
Just set it all up on Apocalypse.
Let's get those new gods into the cinematic lexicon.
Gosh, I still think that would be amazing. The new gods should also all be getting animated series as well. It'd be so good. And I'm just trying to think of, so then after that, then was New 52. And then she was like, no, was it before New 52? She was like one of the Red Lanterns for a bit too. So this would have been right before New 52. And she'd be like, she was pissed off at everything. She's pissed off at the situation, pissed off at being on Earth, and boom. Right? I mean, what is this? I just got here. How many jokes? I made none. Right? None. The but yeah, like she became a Red Lantern at one point. She was just angry all the time, which I thought was also kind of cool. And then the New 52 happened, and everyone got a relaunch, and it's been relaunch city ever since. Really, right? Because now they do the short stories like Tom King did, which is why super good. Tom King's getting a lot of heat right now. People are mad at him again. I don't know what
really?
he did
Why?
in Wonder something in the Wonder Woman comics, and I don't know what. I didn't even look. I was like, oh, don't show me the panel spoilers. I'm waiting for the trade. Don't do this to me.
Waiting
God
for the
dang
trade.
it. Yeah, just let me get mad, right? Let me get mad on my own time, right? Ragey Dino's asking, hey, Doell, is that Brainiac Superpowers vehicle real? It is real.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, well, we got to also wait for Jay from Geeked Out Life to come back.
Right. Gotcha.
But we can sneak it in. Guess what? He went to Europe, so
yeah,
it doesn't count when he's on another continent.
Do those tentacles move when you roll it? That's all I want to know.
I don't know. I think they're definitely articulated because I saw Toy Shiz do a unboxing of it.
Oh.
And they all kind of clip in, so you can move them up and down and stuff.
But it has to happen when you roll it. It's got to do like
it's
crawling on the rug.
Dude, in the 80s, it definitely would have done that. 100%. But I'm going to buy 2 of them. I don't usually buy 2 of the vehicles. The only reason why I'm buying 2 of the Brainiac ones, so I can have one that looks like it's supposed to, or how it was made. But I want to get another one because I want to paint it the metallic greens and purples and silvers to give it that classic Superpowers look to it.
And then you got to get 2 more to make shoulder pads. Shoulder gauntlets.
For my dress?
Pauldrons.
For my suit? For
your Batman jacket. And you got these 2 skull heads. Shoulder pads.
Which are also work like a cockpit, so I can also put more Batman.
Yeah, put your Batman figures in
more
there.
Batmans. But yeah, that one, the Brainiac's vehicle, that kind of showed up out of nowhere. People knew it was coming.
Wasn't it shown behind closed doors at
Toy Fair?
Toy Fair.
It was, and that's where people kind of first said, "Oh, they're doing Brainiac. They're doing Booster Gold's Blue Beetle's vehicle.
Oh, that's cool.
All this stuff." And that also was like, okay, cool. And I don't need to be the first to see it. I just need to eventually own it. So now that they started showing up, so now I've been like refreshing my usual links for where I find my Superpowers in Canada, and nothing yet. I am super excited about it. I love that people are hunting for it. I love that this line has finally taken off, because it did start off pretty shaky. People weren't, except for the vehicles, and even then people were complaining, "Oh, the vehicles broke right away," which I don't know. Didn't have that. I heard they were
just get another one. They're like $12, right?
Get another one. Yeah, right. What's another $10? That's less than a cup of Starbucks. Right?
Yeah.
So just but
now they gotta do play sets, right?
They gotta
do a Legion of Doom.
You know what? When we'll get Jay on here next, when Jay gets back, we'll have Jay on here, and I'm gonna ask Shiny Plastic people to join us as well. And we should really talk this out. We should make this a thing, because Shiny Plastic is the only other person outside of myself and Jay, and Toy Sorceress, who's like really, 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 really into Superpowers, where it's become part of her identity. And whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But it has been. And I would love to talk and speculate and fantasy book play sets for this line, because I honestly feel that what's different from Marvel and DC, with Marvel, you kind of like, well, I want an X Mansion, I want maybe a Daily Bugle,
and then after that it's like, what, New York? I want a New York, all of New York.
Can I get New York? Can I get an Avengers Tower, which is New York? Can I get a Reed Richards lab play set? Maybe. I don't know. That would actually be kind of cool. If it's all Jack Kirby as well. right?
Come on, we need more Jack Kirby figure stuff.
Right? Like that would be super fun. And then also Doctor Doom's castle would be a fun place.
And Galactus's hollowed out head.
Yes.
That's been turned into someone's lair.
That would be that would be super. But again, like you have to like really stretch your imagination. Like I think to me, honestly, I find that the Fantastic Four are the most toyetic out of Marvel. Like Spider-Man has like the most toyetic like villains.
Man, come on.
Well, no, but but they've gotten their like toy line. But I always found that Fantastic Four, whether I know it's like a hard sell with people and whatever, they, there's like, I don't know. I just find that because of all the Jack Kirby stuff and the crazy things that Reed would build, going into the negative zone, their space shuttles, their fantastic car, again, Dr. Doom's castle, you could have all this kind of stuff. I just feel
almost all the like 80s toy lines are built upon Jack Kirby stuff.
Correct. So that's why I was always surprised that Fantastic Four never had that crazy expansive toy line. And I understand why Spider-Man does and X-Men. There was nothing hotter than X-Men. So X-Men was going to get it. And Spider-Man is so freaking timeless. Like, what did they like? I think last year alone, like Marvel Legends put out like close to like a dozen Spider-Man figures.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Awesome.
Because just every kid sees Spider-Man. They're like, yeah, that's me. That's me.
That's me. Yeah, right? We all do it. I still do it. I still like every one of us, right?
Hey, there I go.
But with DC, you could do stuff like, oh, we can do a Batman villain generic lair that's just a fun house.
Yeah. Oh man, like yeah. I mean, this superpowers like playset, I've already like come up with a like that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so let's do that. Hey, Derek Hoover, what do you mean? I wounded you. I wounded you.
When?
How?
Elaborate.
Right? Please. Shiny Plastic People. Yeah, the next superpowers wave is imminent. It is. It feels crazy because I just got the last wave with Sinestro. So it feels like already we're getting there, right? The Matt Bush, Superpowers needs to stop store exclusives because Walmart won't put new stock on the shelves for years. I agree. I absolutely agree. The Chad Stewart saying Master Mold, which would also be a great.
And Asteroid M, I saw that.
Asteroid M.
Rocker, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do like? Do you think like a superpowers like subscription service would work? It's just like every month, you pay like.
I feel like that's what pre-orders are.
I guess, yeah.
I feel like we're living in that. But I would absolutely pay for a subscription service of superpowers if there was incentives behind it. So if it meant like you get your subscription to superpowers, you get your wave, but it would be cool if they did like every so often did like a fan vote. Like, who do you want to see next? Where we can say, make some women. and then they have no choice but to make women. Because we're all asking for like, I'm not upset with who we're all getting, but man, it is frustrating when you're just like the only woman on your shelf of this. Now I have this massive shelf of superpowers figures, and the only woman I have is Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and that's frustrating, great. Right?
There should at least be, Supergirl, Black Canary,
Hawk Girl. Let's just make all of them, right?
Fire and Ice. Come on, it's
Fire,
time.
Ice, right? Women's Tana, Power Girl, Vixen, Dr. Light, dogs and cats living together. Massive scare, right? Of course, Batgirl, Harley, Ivy, like there's Cheetah, the Fatal Furies, dude, Granny Goodness, make them all.
Yeah.
Make them all. Right? And like, yes, even if because they're doing more modern stuff too, of course, do Jessica Cruz, do Varda, of course,
Oh yeah.
of course. Right? Flash
Yeah, there's a lot
739.
left
Thank
to
you.
be done.
And that's the crazy thing about DC as well, is that there are so many characters, and they're all
Mhm.
in their own weird way, like super iconic. Like now that we've got Hal, we've got Jon Stewart. I want to see Kyle and Guy.
Mm, yeah.
Right? Give me the rest of the Teen Titans, like Raging Dino saying, right? Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, Beast Boy, right? All of them. Give me Terra, right? There's so many. Give me Donna Troy's another one. If you want to keep
Red
making
Tornado.
Wonder Woman, Red Tornado, dude. If they did like, if they're thinking of the Red Tornado, I'm thinking of with the bucket on her head.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Davey
because then I would. Oh, there it is. Yeah, ball Uncle Red Tornado with the pot up for her head. Yes. And I was thinking too, like that whole Justice Society, that Golden Age Justice Society would be so good. Like a classic Mr. Terrific and Dr. Midnight, and but I would even take a modern day Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? The Killer Jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is a box set waiting to happen. Jacked at 73, Royal Flush Gang. Yes, and that would be
who
awesome.
have
and
they made? Feels like
dude,
it feels like everyone's still waiting to get made.
Right? And then here's what would be cool if they did the Royal Flush Gang. Have you ever like I have a bunch of their comics because I think like especially with the Justice League, I find them so cheesy and amazing. I would love a House of Cards playset.
Oh, yeah. Again, my Royal Flush Gang knowledge is mostly from Batman Beyond. So
yeah,
that.
But that's the best version of it.
Yeah, I mean, 10's pretty cool.
10's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the Batman Beyond representation in Superpowers?
Huh? Where's that? That's one thing too. I really wish that DC directed more of was Batman Beyond. And
in the animated line.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing I probably would have I would have burned down an orphanage if they would have gave me Batman and Ace on a swing set, deluxe set. Like I would,
and a box of tissues.
And a box. I still remember watching that episode with all my friends. They were all over, and everyone was just dead quiet, and it was just like, oh my god, what did we just watch? Yeah. So good. So
hearing Kevin Smith talk about that scene on the Fat Man on Batman, it's like even that is like gets you going, dude.
Yes, right. Like I wish he didn't put those behind a paywall.
Oh, are they behind a paywall? No, they used to be just free.
You could just they used to be free. He put all of those old episodes behind a paywall, which is such a bummer because he's got Denny O'Neil, Arlene Sorkin, Kevin Conroy, multiple episodes with Neil Adams. And they're all talking about like the history of comics and stuff, which I think is super important. And I feel like he doesn't have to put every episode out for free, but I think there's a few there he should have just available.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Because he's sitting on a wealth of knowledge. He's kind of hoarding it. And it's kind of making me a little bummed out. It's like I understand that you live in America. I understand Todd McFarlane did say you guys are living in a capitalist country. You got to make money off of everything. Yeah. But come on.
And he's Canadian saying that. So
he's I wonder some days. Right? I wonder. I will. It doesn't matter, man. Sometimes Todd just has me go, "What are you doing, Todd?" But at the same time, I can't help but to like.
He's wheeling and dealing.
I have this weird admiration for the guy. The guy has like he knows what he wants. He goes out and he gets it. He's changed comics in multiple ways. He's changed the toy industry for better or for worse. Can't help it to have just a little bit of respect for the damn guy.
Yeah.
Makes me so mad. Right? Davey Sockrocker, Kevin Smith said he was going to release his interview with Conroy for free after Conroy died and never did. Well, let's everyone, I don't want you to like do a mob attack on Kevin Smith online, but I want everyone to tweet to Kevin Smith and be like, hey, dude, can you please release the following interviews for free? And we just drop some of the names. Again, Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams, Arlene Sorkin, Kevin Conroy. Let's get them out there. In fact, you know what? Ask for a few more too. Just say Paul Dini. Paul Dini's a good one.
That's a great one. That's a really good one. Good Fat Man
right?
on Batman.
That one hits hard. It hits.
Yeah.
That one will hit. That one will set you back emotionally a few weeks.
That might be the one where he talks about the scene with Ace on the swing set.
He does. Yep. They talk about it and they break it down. And I was like, please don't. like, and it was so good. I missed that show. Not that I don't mind Fat Man Beyond, but Fat Man Beyond almost became like, it reminds me of like a stoner version of kind of maybe what we do a little bit, where they just kind of talk about the news, but they get really, really high while they do it. And it's like, which is still super great. Trust me. I also love Kevin Smith to death as well. So I know I'm sounding super critical and whatever, but it's, you know, I do miss that old style. Like, even if it was Mark Bernardin interviewing some of the same people, because you'd get a different perspective of different questions from Mark Bernardin than you would from Kevin Smith. So I think I still would have loved some more one-on-one interviews with some of the talent and the people behind DC properties.
Yeah,
I would have loved nothing more than that. But alas, they switched it up. They decided to open comicbooknews.com and talk about the headlines. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. It's your show, Kevin.
Sometimes, you know, there's a time and a place, and you have to enjoy it while it lasts.
It's true, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I remember finding that show when it's very, like, I think they were only 2 episodes in, and finding it, and I can't remember even what I was looking for, and I was like, holy crap. And then I was addicted to it all the way until it turned into Fat Man Beyond, and then I was like, well, it's a good run.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. But like I said, I still love Kevin Smith. I still love him to death. He's really helped solidify a lot of this nerd shit that we love in pop culture.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. And I if it wasn't for him, man, I still don't think we would have the MCU like we have it. I know that's a pretty big statement to claim, but I honestly think because of him,
probably
kind
a piece
of making
of the puzzle.
He's definitely a piece of that puzzle for sure. He has to be, because even before MCU and that kind of stuff came out, he was selling out theaters, doing his like evenings with Kevin Smith. And talking about scenes and all that, and
just bringing Hollywood to San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I'm sure he played a big part in all that. You know. Yep,
absolutely. He totally did, and so that's why I'm always going to have huge props for him for that as well. Now it's the nerds giving the swirlies. So
what is this, Bizarro World now?
Yeah, what's happening here? God, I hope they do that as a movie eventually too.
Yeah, they've got to.
Do you know who I would cast as Bizarro?
Who? Oh, this is good.
Henry Cavill.
Nice.
A zombie looking Henry Cavill. Like, I would do the whole like, fuck. Again, Bruce Timm killed it on the Bizarro design. Killed it.
I mean, maybe you'd go with like John C. Reilly as Bizarro.
Oh, he'd be good too. I would actually even go with John C. Reilly and do have him work at Star Labs.
I like it.
Right, he would be super freaking sweet. All right, we're at the hour mark here, little past. All right, we're gonna settle up here. Do you have any last words? Any final comments? Supergirl or Cheers with Muppets or
Yeah, I think yeah, Muppet Cheers. Maybe Supergirl can guest star, like the but yeah, I think Supergirl it's cool. I think that there's a lot to be done, a lot of range to that character, a lot of different ways you can go, and it'll be interesting to see what direction they decide to go with it. So
yep. I got nothing more to add to that too. I think they casted the perfect person. I think Milly's gonna freaking kill it. I think she's gonna pick up kind of where Gal Gadot left off in a way.
Oh wow.
Where it's like she's gonna kind of be that like that top
female powerhouse in the DCU.
Powerhouse. Right. And just kind of like the face for it as well. You know what I mean? Like it's Gal Gadot, I think, did an excellent job of representation for the brand for DC for during her time, even though I think she's been saying some pretty not nice things lately about a war happening that I don't still quite understand. So I'm not going to comment on it. But I think, like I said, I think Milly's going to absolutely kill it. I think she's going to do awesome. And I can't wait to see where it goes. So until next time, Gotham, we'll be here next week. I'll see you on Tuesday. Oh, dude, we can't go yet.
What?
We got one more thing we have to talk about. I almost forgot. And I would have felt like a real piece of poop if we did not talk about this at least once. And this is Superman and stuff related. We're going to go head over to mondoshop.com. Talk me through this.
Yeah, I'm glad. I almost forgot. Yeah, tomorrow at noon Central Time, Mondo is putting out a poster of All-Star Superman, Frank Quitely's cover to All-Star Superman 1. Awesome. Just so iconic. Frank Quitely is one of my favorite artists, period. Like I just love his work, and this cover, it's Superman sitting on a cloud. Like just this quiet moment, looking over his shoulder, like he's like aware of us. Like of course he is. Like it's Grant Morrison's Superman. He's gonna break the fourth wall and because he's super aware, and so he knows that we're there with him, and it's just I love this image. So it's gonna be on the website tomorrow at noon. So if you want it, make sure you check it out.
Make sure you check it out, please, because it's great that you guys are still doing prints.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not involved with like that part of the company, but yeah, I love all the comic book covers that they've been doing, like the Omega Red poster. Like they're so cool, and yeah, it's just really cool to have like a nice high quality print of some of these like amazing comic book covers.
Yeah. Plus, if anyone here in the chat has not read All-Star Superman, do yourself a huge favor this weekend. Go to the comic book shop and get it. It is super good. It's I would say it's it's a great homage to the Silver Age Superman. But it still feels modern.
It's one of my all-time favorite comics. Like I still like, and by the end, like I always get emotional reading it, which is, it says quite a lot. If you can do that.
Come on, everyone can do it. So yes, make sure everyone stops in there tomorrow, mondoshop.com. If you don't plan on buying it, but know someone who would, please pass along the news. Let's get these things to sell out instantly. These are awesome. So yes, so everyone, please, yes, mondoshop.com, please. A couple people, come on. Alice, Troy, you don't need to lurk in. You can just come in. You can just come and hang out and chat with us anytime. Come on. All right. And frustrated fan sports show. Loved his X-Men art.
Yeah, loved X-Men. Loved his Batman. stuff.
Yep.
He can do no wrong in my book.
It's true. It took me a while to get used to his art. I remember when he first went into X-Men and I was so used to the 90s style of things still. And I was like, what is this? And then once I got rolling with his art, that was it. It was game over.
Well, he just gets better and better too. Like every project, you know, he takes it to that next level. And yeah, it's, you know, he's always working on his craft, which is great to see.
Yes. Oh, Bacon McShig brings up a really good one though.
Oh yeah,
is amazing.
Talk about books I get emotional reading. Like, yeah.
This is it. That is probably one of the greatest trades of all time. If anyone grabs that, right? It's not it's Image published it, I believe. Gosh, I can't remember
probably.
now. But it's so good. It is so good, folks.
It's a beautiful, beautiful comic.
It's well written,
especially if you're an animal lover.
Yeah. Oh, if you like, so just get ready. Also, just get ready. Get yourself ready for that one too. That's what I love about this medium, man. It's like it can come out of nowhere and swing for the fences and hit you in ways you didn't realize it could. And then you're telling your therapist you have to read We 3, and then then we'll talk. Then we'll book a session. But no, great call out, Bacon McShig. That was really, really good. Okay, with that said, all right. Now we're going to head off. We said our final thoughts. We're excited for Supergirl. We're going to all go buy Superman prints from mondoshop.com. And again, thank you everyone who sent me things like Matt Bush and Skylar Davis and Chad Stewart and Jason Grahowski and all of you. Thank you. Tony Taylor as well. So thank you everyone that did this week. It was amazing. Oh, it was Vertigo. Thank you, Jevons24. Awesome. Okay. Now we're officially out of here. Good night.